It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. This is going to be my trailer or promo breakdown for Season 5 Episode 12 of Fear the Walking Dead called Near Tamid. Now, I don't know what that means, if it's even English or not, but I don't think it matters too much in terms of this breakdown, so let's jump right into it. First, we have this shot of Logan talking to one of the members of his group. He says, "We're about to buy ourselves a ticket to the promised land," so most likely this is connected to the events of the cliffhanger from the last episode. So of course we know that they broke into the vault and they were looking for the journal. So maybe they found the journal or found where Morgan and the others have been camped out. But, you know, there's some information there that leads Logan to think that they're about to hit the jackpot. Then we have this shot of John, June, Charlie in the back, and a new character. They're making their way out of a building, and there seems to be maybe walkers, maybe some people following them. I could be wrong about that, but they go out, they see that there's a lot of walkers outside, there's a herd outside. So the new character stops and says, "Get back inside," and that's exactly what they do. Then we have this shot of what looks like some people getting into maybe someone's storage or something like that. They get trapped. Now, I don't know if these are Logan's crew or not, but whoever they are, it seems like someone put a trap. Then we have this shot of what I think is where Morgan and his crew have been camped out. So what leads me to that is the immediate shot after, which is this one. So we have Dwight and Sarah there. They're talking. Now, I'm just going to go back a little bit. So in here, it seems like they have all of their trucks or cars surrounding where they are, just in case there are walkers. But at the same time, I don't think this is the safest spot to be. So that leads me to think that maybe this is yet another outpost that they have. It doesn't need to be like a building to be called an outpost. It could still be called an outpost if it looks like this, because even though it seems like it's permanent, it's just tents and things like that. So it seems like it's very temporary and they can get out anytime they want. So back to this shot, which I was talking about, we have Dwight talking to Sarah. Dwight says, "It's not that bad," talking about the beer. And then Sarah says or asks, "Seriously?" Now, this is part of what they're doing a lot in Fear recently, which is trying to just put certain jokes or comic relief in there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This time, I feel like it doesn't work. They've done that once. I don't know why they keep doing it. But it's supposed to be a comic relief line in the episode. And this is not the only one. They have another one, which I'll point out when we get there. Then we have this shot of John looking down from above. He says, "I got an idea." Now, I think they are on the roof of the same exact building that we saw earlier. We know they were trapped inside. Maybe they're just trying to find their way out of there. And then we have this shot, which is John throws like a ladder and it breaks the window below. And maybe that's a way to distract the walkers, maybe something like that. But we do see John again here climbing down the same exact ladder that we saw. Now, he's looking at June. Obviously, they're going to make it seem like John is going to slip and fall. So that's definitely coming. But the new character, we could see his hand on the left as well. Then we have this shot of Charlie talking to the new character. Charlie says, "Do you answer every question with a question?" And then the guy answers with a question saying, "Do I?" or asking, "Do I?" So another one of those funny or comic relief lines that I mentioned. This one, I don't really care for. It doesn't really fit the world of The Walking Dead to have comedic lines like this. I feel like this is great like for a comedy, but this is not a comedy. So I don't think it necessarily works, but they've been doing a lot of that recently. Then we have this shot of Sarah's truck, I believe, and some other cars following. Then we have this shot of Dwight and Sarah looking out at this guy and some others. Now, this guy looks like the exact same guy that Dwight let free. He was one of Logan's crew. So it seems like he came back around and he's a good guy now and he's going to help them. He's going to sabotage or tell them information about Logan. And he might have brought some others with him, which is pretty interesting. And then we have Sarah saying in the voiceover, we go down with the ship. So that leads me to think that they're going on a mission or they are doing something big, some sort of big plan, or they're going to attack or something like that. Then we have this shot of the same exact guy that I mentioned earlier, who is from Logan's crew, or was from Logan's crew. He might have switched sides. He says, y'all are clear. So he's just telling them that they're clear to go. So it seems like, based on what we can see, that he's working with Dwight and the others. Then we have this shot of Logan and one of his other group members. He doesn't look too happy here. He looks frustrated, but then again, he always looks frustrated. Then we have this shot of June and John on top of a car, and they're surrounded by walkers. Now, on the side, we do see a ladder. I wonder if this is the same exact ladder that they threw down, which we saw earlier. Then we have this shot, which I think is the preceding shot of the one that we looked at earlier, which is when they went out, saw the herd, and went back inside. So we have Charlie saying, how did they get in there or get in here? So not sure if she's talking about the herd or about some other people that might be in the building or something, but that's very interesting. Then we have this shot of this new guy killing a walker, most likely. And then this shot of John on the ground and June yelling for him. Now they want there to be tension and they want you to think that something is going to happen to John. But I think John is most likely safe. Then we have this shot of John appearing to slip. So it seems like maybe he might slip, or it might look like he's going to slip and fall. But he's probably not going to fall and he's going to be fine. Then we have this shot of Dwight loading his gun. We have Sarah on the back as well. Then we have this shot of some walkers and this shot of this new character again behind a glass door looking at a herd of walkers inside a building. And that's basically all that they have in the promo or the trailer. I am interested to see what they're going to do in this episode. We're going to see a new character that's going to be introduced, so that's going to be pretty cool to see. And also I'm very interested to see what happens with the guy that might have switched sides from Logan's crew, how that's going to work out. So I'm interested to see that. And I'm also interested to see what they're going to do in this episode in terms of Logan and his group and whether there's going to be any sort of mission that the survivors are going on. But that's basically everything that I wanted to cover in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.